Hi, I'm Barry John, and welcome back to Let's Play Homeworld Cataclysm. With me today are some special guest stars for the Skirmish video, and I'll let them introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm John Pearson, aka The True Gentleman.
Hello, I'm the Unlife Aquatic.
And I'm 9-Gear Crow.
Well, welcome guys, and, well, welcome to the glorious setup screens.
Excellent.
Heh.
Oh, don't worry, it gets better.
I hope your ship is like, oh, this is perfect. Oh, your fashion sense is impeccable, sir.
So, we're playing as the Joker, apparently.
It looks like looks a little bit like the dildo bat from Saints Row 3.
Worker ready. Harvesting.
Oh, ow, that hurts me.
That was a compliment.
Yeah, but this is the particular skirmish map. It's optimized for 8 players, and it's shaped like a giant hourglass.
Interesting. I don't remember this one.
Yeah, I didn't do much skirmishes in Cataclysm. I just played through the storyline. And by that point, like, Homeworld 2 is pretty much like a month or two away from coming out.
Beginning construction.
Yeah, I actually had the benefit of playing the multiplayer while people were still, into it.
That was...
Actually a lot of fun. But
Yeah,
it's
it
completely
was.
different than fighting the computer.
Hauling rock.
Mm-hmm. Especially if you're playing against the rare people who know how to play the Beast.
Just tell me where to go.
Standby group.
Don't actually recall anyone trying to do that, except, spamming cruise missiles and then losing miserably.
The Beast was really hard to play because it was just not as good in multiplayer as the Somtaaw.
Well, they were...
Well, don't worry, we'll have our own Beast of Skirmish video to talk about that later on.
No, you're fighting the Beast, aren't you? So...
But... No, I'm
I know you're playing
the
the Somtaaw, but
Somtaaw.
you're fighting the Beast. So it's still relevant. Just,
Hangar module is now
not for strategies.
online.
Research underway.
Yeah,
Understood.
but just building the Kunlun from the spine up is interesting. I mean, you don't really get enough time for it. Wait, enemies already?
It's the Beast.
Target set.
Yeah,
If there is one thing the Beast is good at, it is spamming.
Yeah, at least this early in the game they don't have, like, the simulator technology yet, but when they whip that shit out, oh dear.
Well,
yeah, but it just looks like they've got some units spying on me at this point.
Their high-speed units are vastly inferior to Somtaaw high-speed units because they have a speed mollusk.
Is now available for construction.
Yeah, they're tougher, but they're not that great.
They're not noticeably tougher.
yeah, I don't know, it's really the regeneration rate that's better. But even that's
Yeah.
weird because it's actually different for every ship.
Hostiles by Group 1.
Locking on to your beacon.
This is command.
In my experience, the Beast's abilities are most useful for capital ships, but most of the skirmish occurs before capital ships are a serious threat in my experience.
Well, yeah, they're really meant to do corvettes, since they have access to, the multi-gun and whatnot. And you really...
Yep, multi-gun, missile,
Yeah, the
heavy.
Somtaaw really only gets 2 units, and even those are pretty mediocre, so...
Well, really, using the Mimic or the MCV in multiplayer just doesn't work out in the long run. Not unless you're trying to set ambushes for
that
harvesters.
was pretty much the only thing I ever found it useful for.
Oh, that and scouting, yeah.
Beginning construction.
It was hilariously good for just blowing up the processor and setting someone back a good long while.
I don't actually remember how much damage the Mimic does on explosions. Does anyone remember?
MCV, when it explodes, can take out a harvester straight up.
Online.
But I don't think it can take
It
out a
takes quite a few to
processor.
take out a harvester. A processor.
Report of hostiles by Group 1.
Yeah, but considering the processor is pretty much a frigate, not a fighter or a corvette.
Those things are surprisingly powerful in combat.
I know. Repair beams, multiple guns.
And it
Research
and it
complete.
looks like a little vacuum.
Research underway.
But, yeah, the one really good thing about the Mimic is actually that you can make your own force look a little bit bigger. And if you're doing something like guarding your harvesting operation, it can actually be really useful because they'll think that you've got, much more defending it than you actually do, and so they'll just avoid you flat out.
Yeah,
Stand by Group 1.
that was honestly what I usually found it most useful for.
Yeah, until somebody dropped a recon with the advanced sensors, just takes a swing by and says,
Really?
"Oh, hey, that's a
No,
mimic."
It's kind of fascinating.
You can't have a recon everywhere at once. If a situation doesn't arise where a person feels they need it, they often won't pursue it. So if you don't use mimics in the very obvious ways, there will often be no mimics. I mean, recons.
And besides, you got to research the advanced sensors and then either refit or build new recons.
That's a bit too much micro-load for the average person
Very
who
much
played
so,
Homeworld
Weapons
Skirmish.
module is now online.
Beginning research.
Which is a shame, really.
But as you can see here, I'm just bum rushing the multi-beam frigate.
Since you're fighting an enemy that has to pretty much use fighters exclusively and they keep sending them at you, that makes a lot of sense.
Aye, turning and burning.
Attack run complete.
Aye, turning and burning.
Especially considering they're just feeding me these guys one or two at a time.
It's the AI, they're not very good at this.
Locking on to your beacon.
Yeah, recon and force
the
is
one
not
real
an AI
downside I'm
strike.
seeing is just that you could probably have a few more harvesters, but with the AI you don't really need them, so...
Bridge.
Well, I've
got even
got
more.
7 harvesters running and a processor.
Beginning construction.
But, no, yeah.
True.
I think you could go up to 12 or so, but we're
Well,
not really
again, that's
trying
more,
too hard here.
Planning to hit
No.
a player really hard as quickly
Stand by
as you
Group
can.
1.
But,
Going in hot.
again, against the Beast AI, it's not necessary.
Attack run complete.
And what I find annoying, though, is that the Beast is able to send their recon
Yeah,
units
puzzled
straight
me
at my
too,
mothership,
because
even though they
Aren't there
technically
supposed
can't
to be,
see
like,
it.
6 starting locations here? Probably randomized. 8. Oh, yeah.
8.
Yeah, how do
or
they
say
know
or 6,
right
yeah.
off the bat where you are? It's...
Well,
It's
that's sort of a staple in like the Homeworld games that I've noticed. Like not every time, but almost every time, especially in Homeworld 2, like within 5 minutes of you starting, there will be a scout just picketing your essentially like your resource area, or like just within striking
Homeworld
distance of the
2 is
mothership,
really
just
bad at
parked
that.
there.
Research completed.
Ground crew
Repair
down.
technology available. Upgrade workers.
back when these games were made, having the AIs have the same sort of line of sight as a human was a serious issue. You can see this a lot in a lot of older RTSs. That's mostly the issue here.
Armed and target set.
Mm-hmm.
Locking on
And
to
here we
your
go
beacon.
again.
2. Report of hostiles by Group 1.
Target acquired.
Just little firecrackers in the night.
Enemy force.
Moving to attack.
Come on, Beast. At least put them information. You're not even trying.
Strike wing achieving superiority.
Research underway.
She doesn't sound quite smug enough.
Beginning research.
Target
No.
locked in.
Armor mod.
But to be fair, I mean, at this point, this is sort of something that happens after the main campaign, in theory, where the Somtaaw are just beating up the Beast as they show up.
So they're now a warrior kith.
Going into docking pattern.
Oh,
Hmm?
mothership.
Oh, hey! Yep,
Wait, are they moving?
and they've got a
Mothership?
line of fighters, it looks like.
Hunt down and pursue.
Huh, I don't recall the AI doing that.
Complete.
Looked like
It was
it's there.
definitely moving.
Roger, command.
I
Setting
wonder if it's
aside.
Me
because you
either.
moved yours.
Claw. Formation set. Stand by Group 2.
Mayhaps.
Target locked in.
Well, it's currently building something underneath it, so I should at least check out what that is.
good reconnaissance is the basis of good play in any RTS.
Multi-beam frigate is
Yeah.
now available for construction.
And oh crap, it's a carrier.
Beginning construction of multi-beam frigate.
Well, if they're building a carrier now, that means they haven't
Really?
researched the infection beam
Going
yet.
to high alert now.
Report of hostiles by Group 2.
Squadron.
Yeah, because the research required to build a carrier, while it can get the infection beam, we're only 10 minutes in, so that's barely enough time to. And the infection beam takes like 3 minutes
The
to
Beast
research.
has greatly inferior research to the Somtaaw.
Yeah.
They're supposed to get their stuff by infecting the enemy.
Most of their stuff, yeah.
Research
pro-
completed.
The problem is, from a multiplayer perspective, this really wasn't well thought out.
By Group 3.
Yeah. But hey, time to build support modules.
Well, not with the amount of money you should be
You
making.
can never have enough of
Stand by
those.
Group 1.
Still, I'd be nervous about the infection.
Formation set.
Going in hot.
I'm kind of surprised, because I don't think you get the vaccine ever, do you?
I don't believe you do
yeah,
in
you can research it,
multiplayer,
but
but
did you
it's
do that
been a
in this
long
video?
time.
We'll engage anything I see.
Well, you can research the vaccine.
Flight group in danger of defeat.
I don't think so. Because I was basically going to take what people were saying in the thread about how, balls of multi-beam frigates and show
It's
how that
actually
actually
a really
works.
bad idea against other players.
Hilariously.
But, yeah.
Command.
Against the AI, it's devastating.
Moving core fleet.
Roger, command.
But humans can be really good at using the weaknesses of multi-beam frigates. As Bonnie noted in the thread, a multi-beam frigate is always obsessed with hitting as many targets as possible. So if
Yep.
you flood it with recons or interceptors, they're very useless.
Yeah, no. The drone frigates
They'll kill them all, but they won't hit
usually
the
went
important
to like
targets.
7 beam frigates and then 5 drone frigates.
Fire! Fire! Fire!
Yeah, the drone frigates are actually
Yeah, but you gotta
a
survive
real
that long
punch
first, and that's
until
the
you
tricky
start
part.
getting a lot of deacons out.
Bridge. Be advised, fleet.
Yeah.
Complete ship is relocated. Stand by Group 2.
Returning to hangar.
Stand by Group 3. Escorts assigned.
I think the shade of purple on the mothership could stand to be a bit brighter.
Yeah.
Command ship.
The green is pretty bright, though. Don't want to wash it out,
You make
though.
an excellent point.
Of multi-beam frigate.
It's got a very Day of the Tentacle vibe to it right now.
Beginning
Yeah.
research.
Yeah, not even bothering researching salvaging.
Hive frigate
It's-
is now available
Honestly,
for
once they got
construction.
support and
Sentinel
repair
is
systems, that
now
was
available
it for
construction.
everything coming out of the
Yep.
engineering module.
Poor engineering module.
Research has been halted. Beginning research.
Oh, wait, there's the infection vaccine.
Research completed. Research underway.
So, yeah, the
Begin upgrade now.
Roger, command. Going into docking pattern.
And this is what the
Some of
enemy
them
is
might be
doing. They're
Corvettes.
sending wave after wave after wave of strike craft at me.
You're right.
They,
Oh, they finally figured out formations, I see.
Multi-beam frigate.
Yeah.
Construction completed.
Wall and
my god,
X.
they're learning.
Let's see how it works out for them.
3.
3 multi-beam frigates.
Targeting beams now.
Report of hostiles by Group 3.
Squadron at a disadvantage.
Report of hostiles by Group 2.
Oh, the humanity.
Yeah,
Well,
but
there's
bombers
a
die
lot
so
of attack
quickly,
bombers in
it's
there, so
more of a waste of money.
one of the multi-beams is getting, punched pretty hard.
Multi-beam frigate online. We need an overhaul anyway.
Yeah, I mean, look how quickly you're getting
yeah.
pulverized.
Frigate is reporting
The
damage.
multi-beam frigate is the closest thing the Somtaaw have to a specialized
Yeah, but
ship,
even then,
in my experience.
because things like carriers are so big.
Yeah, everything else is
Pretty decent
definitely
against, capital
generalized.
Ready, guns. Roger, command. Returning to hangar.
Oh, yeah. ADD.
The problem is, if you flood them with small ships, they'll lose their focus.
Ready for orders, Command.
Stand by Group 3.
It's the... From a multiplayer perspective,
Yeah, they've got
I feel
so
it's
much
the
gimmicky
only
crap.
well-balanced
I don't think I've
Somtaaw
ever
ship.
used the leech. No, yeah.
Beginning research.
The ramming frigate, like I said, can destroy crystals, and if somebody's trying to
Or
grab
the ramming
crystals,
Yeah,
like
like-
kind of all of their harvesters,
The ramming frigate.
work out laughably bad for them, but other than that, eh. Yeah.
Roger, Command.
It's more useful for the Beast, who can use it as an oversized cruise missile.
You'd be surprised.
Except for the fact that
you'd be
the
surprised
Beast
how many
can't
people
build
love the ramming
those
frigate
things
for reasons I
naturally.
do
They
not
have to
understand.
capture technology.
That's the hard part.
Multi-beam frigate. Construction completed.
Because it looks like a.
Oh, hey, here comes another wave of fighters.
I think people
Yep.
love the ramming frigate just because it looks like a giant hammer, and its sole attack is it smashes into stuff.
Report
Like,
hostiles
it's
by
not the
Group
ramming frigate, it's the Catharsis frigate.
Oh, those poor fighters.
Oh.
Some of those people have memory cells back at home on the Beast mothership, you know.
Available for construction.
Well, not anymore.
Attack run complete.
Beginning construction of carrier.
Yeah, because they're going to get better in season.
Turrets online. Research
Oh, and it's just gonna get worse and
One of them's
worse
already
the more
maxed
these
out.
things you spit out, isn't it?
overhaul anyway. Lack of resources. Attack run
Yep.
complete.
Ha!
Research underway. Beginning research.
Well, you could
Yeah.
always get
I
Sentinels.
don't know why I'm researching
I guess.
anything else. Like, I've got everything I need except for
Yeah.
Armor 3.
Stand by Group 3.
Strike wing achieving
You know,
could
maybe
research
if you were
leeches.
playing, like, against 8 people, although trying to find
That sounds like a worthy investment to me.
in the early aughts would have been a nightmare. Yeah, but
Stand by Group 2.
Even in the good old days, it would have been hard to find enough people.
It's
no.
it's been quite a while since I've actually played Cataclysm multiplayer. But does the Super Acolyte show up in the Skirmish? Oh,
No, it doesn't,
Thank God.
thankfully. Yeah, despite, guys, think about it. Would you rather have the Siege Cannon or the Super
Siege
Acolyte?
cannon.
oh God! Why would you even make the choice?
Multi-beam frigate online.
Really.
Ready.
multi-beam frigate. Construction completed.
Aye. Moving.
So that's now 7
Oh,
multi-beam
God.
frigates.
I don't think you have enough.
Yeah.
Well, I've got another 6 being built right now. Then I hit my support limit, but I have 2 carriers on the way.
Yeah, we're not in Deathball territory
you
yet,
need to-
but we're getting there.
Sentinels to get a light show.
The light show will be glorious. The only way...
Research completed.
Ramming frigate is now available for
The
construction.
only thing that could make the multi-beam frigate better is if each beam it fired was a different color.
Oh God, yeah. Then it just turns into Laser Floyd at that point.
Beginning research.
Yeah, what did Floyd ever do to you?
Not Pink Floyd, Laser Floyd.
The lesser known of the Floyd brothers.
Yeah, I think they take, 3 minutes, 4 minutes?
God, carriers take so long to build. And there's number 8.
And that they take forever to kill, yeah.
Going to active
Yeah.
tracking.
Which
Something
makes
like
sense given their abilities.
Superiority.
It's like the beast isn't learning at all.
But hey, another wave of strike craft.
Report of hostiles by Group 2.
It's like-
Attack run complete. Stand by.
My
Group
God.
Oh. What the? Did I? Oh no, I just focused on these guys. So for a moment there I thought I cut out something, but this is a skirmish video. I don't cut out anything from
Yeah.
a skirmish video.
They're kind of all dead
No,
now.
I sent those Group 2 to attack a worker that wandered away,
Not that it
and
matters.
apparently the worker
that many
wandered back
frigates.
into the Beast Fleet. And
Watch
I
your
lost Group
micro,
2.
buddy.
Project halted due to lack of resources.
Majestic frigates.
Squadron has left the battle.
Just the...
Oh.
That it appears the beast has disturbed the multi-beam frigate mating rituals.
Multi-beam frigate.
Little do they know what they have summoned.
Hunt down and pursue dragons.
Stand by.
Another multi-beam frigate.
Setting new course.
Yep.
The poor beast.
Construction has been
Nope,
halted.
finally ran out of RUs, though. That doesn't happen in a single-player campaign.
Yeah, they just... From a balance perspective, some of the single-player maps were not very well thought out.
Yeah.
No. But you can tell that, they tried to fix in the late game by making everything stupidly expensive. Like a destroyer costing 3,000 RUs.
Yeah, the... Oh...
I justify that with
I don't even
insane
think the Beast
Somtaaw
have a destroyer,
engineering.
do they?
True.
Yeah, that's what I've always thought that was weird.
Nope, they can't even capture the Somtaaw destroyer, and they can't build the tie-down one.
Construction completed.
Yeah,
Stand by. Group
It
three.
is.
Yeah, like,
it's a heavy
I think-
cruiser.
isn't there the heaviest craft, the Titan, battlecruiser? Yeah, the battlecruiser. Yeah,
Heavy
the
cruiser.
Sorry.
Yeah, battlecruiser's a
Yeah,
different ship.
that's Homeworld 2 I'm thinking of. Yeah, it's the heavy cruiser for 1 in Cataclysm.
Carrier. Construction completed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the Dreadnought.
uh,
Yeah, but there's the Shua Nen, my new carrier. I know people are commenting about, but carriers get their own name. So,
Yeah.
there it is. And Armor 3 just popped in, so time to upgrade.
Carrier here.
Begin upgrade now.
Because nothing says, more multi-beam frigates than
Yeah, I
support
think what
multi-beam
the
frigates.
Beasts are supposed to
Also,
do
I didn't realize
keep
Kit
building
Somtaaw had
carriers,
so many British
and then
people.
pump out just as many corvettes as they can until they overwhelm
Research
the
completed.
Somtaaw.
Salvaging
But
technology available. Upgrade workers.
Capital ship has
they
cleared.
probably didn't.
Ready for orders.
Stand by. Group 3.
I don't even think they put that much thought into designing multiplayer, I'm sorry.
Well, part of the problem was that originally Cataclysm was supposed to have 4-way multiplayer, where you could play against the Kushan Higaras
No, yeah,
and
I
the
could
Titan
kind of buy
and the
that.
Somtaaw
The
and the
Beast would be a lot more
Beast,
effective if they had a lot more
but-
stuff, but
balance issues came into effect because, well, siege cannon.
yeah, otherwise...
Infect, subvert.
But the
Turrets online.
Oh, more interceptors and attack bombers.
I'm
Jeez.
suddenly now I'm imagining the siege cannon being strapped onto like the side of the mothership from Homeworld 1 and how that would look.
Catherine Sajet would object to such dirty engineering.
Setting new course.
Research completed.
Oddly
Also,
enough,
looked like a needle
the
shoved
Beast
in the
heavy
side of a
cruiser
banana.
is actually faster than the Dreadnought from the Somtaaw, but
Disengaging drive.
it's also,
Upgrade now.
I think, a little bit slower.
Upgrade complete. Upgrade complete. Upgrade complete.
Roger, command.
Upgrade complete.
Systems ready.
Oh, I mean, it's... Oh, hey, there... Oh, yeah, the repair guys popping up and doing their thing.
So cute.
Well, the reason to build or research leeches with microship construction. Oh, hey, guess what?
Group 3.
Ready.
Grist for the mill.
There it goes.
Report of hostiles by Group 3.
Group reports no progress.
But man, that's a lot of
Yeah,
of
but even
ion
then, the
cannons.
cruisers will probably get wiped out
This-
too quickly.
this would be not a good idea against a beast player because they would just vomit cruise missiles at it like a bulimic model vomits food.
Roger, command.
Beginning construction of
It depends on when they get hit. You'll see me actually use cruise missiles to wonderful effect during the beast skirmish.
Yes. Also, if you threw in a lot of interceptors,
construction completed.
the multi-beam frigates would not be able to choose targets very well.
Mm-hmm. But hey, now I've got 12 multi-beam frigates.
Like, I could steal like half of these.
But yeah, the cruise missile, I think, is actually only
And of
about
course,
as tough
the other
as an
half would be
interceptor,
killing their
so-
friends.
Turrets online. Watch
Mhm.
work on them.
They are very not tough.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, because again, I'm like probably the least knowledgeable of everyone here about the nitty-gritty of Cataclysm multiplayer, but isn't the cruise missile like technically classified as a probe? It's one shot and then it's done, or can you...
Yep.
Carrier here.
It's a Corvette class vessel. But actually, I remember not doing this during the single-player campaign, so I'm just going to keep a focus on the carrier for a second, and we can watch as the bay doors
So
close.
beautifully animated.
The good old-fashioned Somtaaw VCR carrier.
Ouch.
But 13 multi-beam frigates, I think it's about time to just,
Well, that's
do
true.
a slightly
That's because the beast ship is really tough and
I
it
think
repairs,
I know how this ends.
Yeah,
pretty quickly,
percussive
actually.
recon.
Taking new firing position.
Well, we still got another 20 minutes in the video.
Yeah, that's a really bad idea.
Yeah, the regeneration rate on it is quite impressive. You can just use it to face tank, and then people get tunnel vision because they're just trying to kill your mothership.
Mm-hmm.
Ouch. Yeah,
Yeah, I actually used it to fairly good effect at times. You would just let them attack the mothership and hit the rest of their ships with cruise missiles while they weren't trying to defend themselves.
Beginning
Just
construction.
throwing in some workers here to give some combat repairs to ships, because the built-in repair doesn't always last that long or work that fast.
The only way to win with the Beast
Yeah,
in multiplayer
the
is to really
Beast
know what you're
mothership
doing
actually
and use their
regenerates
advantages, which are their
70,
bigger ships
80
are tough as
hit
shit,
points a second.
and they regenerate
80 hit
health,
points a second.
and
But it
they
does
have
it in
infection.
5-second ticks.
Mm-hmm.
So you basically gotta put the thing really aggressive if you want to win as the Beast. Just move it right up in their faces and then start infect everything.
Capital ship is clear. Group 3 is taking friendly fire. Report of hostiles by Group 3. Research completed.
Ready guns. Turrets online.
Strike wing achieving superiority.
Yeah. But,
If you give
well... geez, where's your heavier ships? Where's your ion cannon, or ion array cannons,
the
guys?
Beast has 25% of the research speed that you have,
Targeting beams now.
But let's
Unfortunately,
see the carrier
because
here
you're
and see if it
using
pops
all
up
ion
infection
cannons,
beam or
this
not.
is gonna take a while.
No, it would
Yes.
have already.
I think it would have got about half your wing.
Yeah.
What the
Yep.
guy said in the thread about making
Just one.
the ion cannons form a sphere around the target would mitigate this to some degree.
Mm-hmm. In fact, that's what I do shortly-ish.
Multi-beam frigate.
Oh, hey, there's an ion array frigate. One of them. Chilling along.
Just one.
Oh, there it is. And it got two of them.
Multi-beam frigate. Construction completed.
Should have gotten a few more, but I guess the spacing wasn't quite there.
Targeting beams now.
Yeah.
Yep.
But now, well, that carrier's taking damage. It's belching flame.
How does that even work in space?
Wait, it keeps spinning like that. Yeah.
It's venting atmosphere.
Fair enough. Just looks like it has a really bad hangover.
no.
Squadron achieving local space superiority.
Project halted due to lack of resources.
And it's trying to... It's retiring one of the captured frigates in the middle of combat. Wow.
The AI really doesn't know what it's doing.
Oh, wait, it didn't take.
This is awful.
I managed to destroy the carrier before it got retired.
Carrier is reporting damage.
Command.
Multi-beam frigate online.
Huh.
Worker here.
How effective.
Repairs underway.
Stand by Group
This
3.
brilliant assault launched by the Beast.
Well, it's attacking the carrier under construction. It's not actually attacking the mothership.
Somewhat more intelligent, but
Yep.
really.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I think it's time to just fall back a little bit and pick up some more multi-beam frigates, because
We need an overhaul anyway.
if the carrier has the infection beam, then the mothership
And the
definitely
mothership's
does.
infection beam is vastly better.
Outnumbers enemy force.
Mm-hmm.
Begin upgrade now.
Yeah, I had that happen to me one time when I played.
Yeah, the infection beam actually has
Skirmish,
twice
just
the range.
sent a
Ion
wave
cannon, so
of like frigates
pretty mean.
at the Beast mothership. And I'm going, okay, you're going down. Do. Oh shit, what the fuck? And then like all of them.
Stand by Group 3.
And
Yeah, it can only fire every 2 minutes.
Adding ships to Group 3.
It
Mhm.
really is
Because I thought the
quite
spectacle.
impressive.
Hey,
It would need to have a lower cooldown, though, for the Beast to be really competitive.
Systems ready.
Stand by Group 3. Adding ships to Group 3.
Strike wing.
Which is the same turnaround on the siege cannon.
incidentally, the
And I think
beast infection weapon for their
It-
supercruiser,
yeah.
it actually
And
fires
Except
even
the
slower
siege
than their
cannon has
mothership,
more killing utility.
and it's less effective. Yay!
And here we have the Furnen,
Construction underway.
our newest
but the-
carrier.
Outcome unknown.
Worker here.
Yeah, but the
Yep.
beast doesn't exactly have a destroyer to make up
Yep.
for the stopgap, so
Yeah, command.
That
They could-
kind of
they
makes
could use a
sense
little more
balance-wise
overpowered.
for a very in-your-face combat ship, because you're pursuing multiple avenues of attack.
Stand by
multi-gun
Group 3.
destroyer. Oh, the missile? Or
Adding ships to Group 3.
Setting new course.
Yes, they should.
Setting assigned Group 9.
They really should have the multi-gun destroyer, though.
Stand by Group 3.
ouch.
It's
Moving.
It's
Just a
almost
plain old
not there.
destroyer, you mean?
like the Tidan one.
Stand
Oh,
by
hey,
Group
16 multi-beam frigates with 5 or 4 repair workers on them versus a single ion array frigate that can't even cloak.
Stop! He's already dead.
Outcome unknown. Group leader reports even
Now,
probability.
hold on, the beast ship is doing its thing there in the background with the, the energy playing over it. I wonder what it's focusing on.
So, you're
yeah,
gonna
that
move
only
your
happens when it's researching.
Worker ready.
3. Escorts assigned. Stand by Group 3.
But, you know what? Time
It's-
to end this.
It's thinking about things really hard.
Frigate
Stand by
online.
Group 3.
Ready.
Yeah, it's going. How do I get a siege cannon?
Squadron
Systems ready.
outnumbered.
well,
Oh,
actually,
Three
it
of
might
them.
have built
Only
them
three
because
of
your
them.
mothership is so
Damn it.
close.
Stand by Group 3.
and it built a defense field frigate. You see all the ion cannons I'm fielding,
Well, I mean,
Beast?
the
Why did you
actual
build a
guns.
defense field
Yeah.
frigate?
And now it's turning and running like mad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but defense field doesn't do anything against the siege cannon.
Squadron, hunt down and pursue Dragon.
Ready.
Report of
Gun.
hostiles by Group 3.
The guns of the Kunlun are very impressive.
Yeah, this is actually a pretty nice light show I'm
The
putting
only
on
thing
here.
that would make it better is purple and green beams. Smoke, smoke.
But sorry, trying to kill these frigates before one of them gets retired.
You are truly sadistic, Barry John.
Outnumbered enemy force.
Report of hostiles by
Why?
Group 3.
Yeah, because that's going to take a while.
Come on,
Especially
come on.
since you're not using,
By Group 3.
high frigates.
You know what? There's no way that one single solitary
Pretty much
ion
everything
frigate
you
is
were
a
told
threat
to build
Definitely
by
not
the
now.
developers.
Let's kill this damn beast.
Multi-beam frigate. Construction
Targeting
complete.
beams now.
Command. Report of hostiles by Group 9. Stand by Group 3. Adding
Or destroyers or dreadnoughts.
Report of hostiles by Group 3.
Well, at least the AI is better than the first Homeworld game.
But
I remember
multi-beam frigates
if
are
you
more than
put
adequate
the AI at
against
its lowest
the
intelligence
AI.
in the first one, its ships would actually attack its own mothership
Especially when I
destroy
swap
it.
them like this.
Yeah.
And dish out enough damage before the
No,
infection
that's
can
happened to
recycle.
me. It is that bad. They will attack their own ship.
Formation set.
Turrets online.
Report of hostiles by Group 3.
Outcome unknown.
What?
Not quite
Not
that
quite.
bad.
No. But... looks like I lost 2 frigates to that infection beam.
So
I never saw that
here's a
happen.
question, because I know like ramming frigates are a thing in this game. Have they fixed the kamikaze clip collision damage glitch sort of thing that was in Homeworld 1?
Is reporting damage.
Report of hostiles by Group 3.
I don't
No
believe
clue.
so, no.
Okay, yeah, because I know like
Destroyed.
I sort of mentioned this in the general games Homeworld thread where you could essentially just like micromanage like any
That
like,
is awful.
frigate-sized ship or greater to just clip clean through like a capital ship or a mothership, and if you managed to get it to go through, it counted every second it was inside the ship as a separate
Yeah.
collision, and you could just do stupid damage and blow the thing up from the inside.
Hmm. And the beast infection
Painful.
beam is taking out your frigates.
Command ship is under attack.
Mothership. The beast mothership
Are they
is going
attacking your
down hopefully
harvesters?
soon.
It'll take a while. Because it regenerates health while you're still shooting it.
Multi-beam frigate.
What?
Construction complete.
Mm-hmm.
Roger, command.
Sure.
Carrier is reporting damage.
Well, I'm only down
That's
to
awful.
13 from 17, so
It's still.
Hostiles by Group 3.
Strike wing destroying.
no. Doesn't seem like it. Actually, no. It's
Yep,
their
two processors
processor and my processor are all harvesting the same location. So our processors are taking shots at each other's harvesters.
How unfair.
That's like the pettiest form of this conflict so far.
Incidentally, both the ore processors regenerate faster than they
Report of hostiles
hurt,
by Group 3.
I believe. So you'll actually see them pretty much
the
fight each
infection
other
screams
forever.
are still creepy as hell even after a decade.
Multi-beam frigate online.
Oh, don't worry, we'll
Yep.
see those in the next video.
Bridge.
Systems ready. Turrets online. Ready for orders,
Multi-beam
command.
frigate destroyed. Multi-beam frigate destroyed. Carrier is reporting damage.
Mm-hmm.
A never-ending war.
Yeah, I don't think
Report
the
of
player
hostiles
ships
by
ever
Group
do that, so I don't know.
What's up with the
Command
mothership's,
ship is under attack.
Carrier damaged.
its orientation? Because, I mean, I saw this with a carrier that'll just flip out and, go random directions.
That's a
Who knows what's in the AI's mind?
Ready guns.
yeah. Considering the orientation, you're probably right.
Look at it now, it's
Huh.
off,
Interesting.
tilting to one. Unless
So
it's
they're
trying
trying
to
to be
present
smart
the
even as
top
they
half of it,
the
the armored half
one
to
and
the
two
majority of the
strike craft
frigates.
the whole game.
Because if
Brilliant.
these guys got, a good solid shot on the bottom half where there's no
Yeah.
armor on the construction bay there.
Idiot savant, I guess.
Multi-beam frigate is reporting damage. Multi-beam frigate construction completed. Carrier
Different
Yeah.
AI
reporting
routines.
damage.
Well, I know this thing's taking forever to die.
Command ship is under attack.
It was a mathematical certainty.
true.
It had to happen eventually.
Bridge.
Ready for orders, command. Ready guns.
Still,
Poor
Yeah.
AI.
Beam frigate
Don't you know
online.
Mercy?
Yeah, I know Mercy.
Worker destroyed.
Yeah. But then again, I'm only down to 10 multi-beam frigates.
Systems crashing.
really, the only thing I could think of to make this speed up is to get the Kunlun in there and start shooting.
Yeah, taking a while.
Worker ready.
Is that yet another ion frigate?
Yeah, but they still do more damage than the ion frigates, so...
Setting assigned Group 4.
Does it?
Well, the Kunlun only has its energy cannons, and it's not really that needed for this.
It would take a lot of damage from
Pretty
the
much,
infection
yeah.
beams, though.
And an infection beam targeting the Kunlun is an infection beam not targeted on my multi-beams.
Worker ready. Repairs, Commander.
Worker, damaged.
The Eternal War.
Begin upgrade now.
Report of hostiles by Group 3.
Good luck with
Vacuum
that.
versus vacuum.
3.
Well, BattleBots is coming back in a couple of months, so...
Oh, really?
It is, yeah. ABC's bringing it back.
I hope they put it on
It's
Netflix.
that damn regeneration.
Construction complete.
Yeah.
Alright, come on, beast, die already.
Good luck with that.
Worker here.
I wasn't kidding when I said the Beast Mothership was ungodly tough.
Well, yeah. What else can it do?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's gonna die sometime in the next 5 minutes, so...
It'll take all of those 5 minutes, trust me. Even with...
And it's trying to rebuild support modules.
Multi-beam frigate damaged. Upgrade complete.
It
They didn't
needs
sign
to
up for
support
this.
this effort.
Report of hostiles by Group 3.
This mighty, mighty war effort.
Worker ready.
I love how indignant the Harvesters sound.
Does the Sentinel stop the infection beam?
Group 3.
They're like
Well-
kind of like the SCV pilots in StarCraft.
Huh.
In the
Multi-beam frigate destroyed.
rear with the gear.
Well, yeah, it's what motherships do.
Multi-beam frigate destroyed.
Come on.
It's a siege
No.
cannon blast, actually.
The infection beam would bounce to the Sentinels.
Multi-beam frigate
Oh, well.
destroyed.
Oh, there we go.
Multi-beam frigate
Now you...
And naturally the beast ship explodes and takes out so much with it.
damage.
You can always send in your own carriers to finish the job, I guess.
It wouldn't be suitably dramatic
Yeah,
if
too.
they didn't.
Bridge.
Well, they're coming to you, so...
3.
Outcome unknown.
They even use
At
the
least
same
the
animation.
computer doesn't run off to a corner like a player
It's the same one
does.
as the Bentusi when
Yeah.
it suicides.
So many jerks. If you want to drag a game on in Homeworld, you can do
Or,
it
you
pretty
know,
much indefinitely.
drag the Kunlun into the fight.
Open up our attack profile.
Yeah.
Stand by Group 3.
Multi-beam frigate destroyed.
Yeah, 3
Due to
dimensions.
lack of resources.
Oh,
This may be a difficult
ugh.
task.
I remember...
Roger, Command.
You can.
Carrier status full green.
Begin upgrade now.
Come to think of it,
It's like lifting off your buildings
Cataclysm
in
units,
StarCraft, except much more
kamikaze
obnoxious.
like the Homeworld ones can.
Frigate construction completed.
So could the carrier maybe do that?
But now the Kunlun's getting involved, and
Majestic Beast Carrier makes its final
Yeah,
suicide
yeah,
run.
that's true.
yeah.
Just kind of missed that, they have collision detection, so you'd think you could just get the big guys to do something.
Upgrade
Yes.
Yes.
Assisting.
Stand by Group 3.
No,
True.
Kamikaze is limited to resource collectors and
Ha.
smaller, so Strikecraft and those guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
no.
can't finish you off with just
Yeah,
a
no,
carrier.
the AI is
Even
not
if
smart
the
enough to
infection-
manually kamikaze like players can.
Two more frigates lost to
Come to think of
infection.
it, I don't think I've seen
Damn it.
one
Oh
hyperspace.
dear. We have quite a situation here.
Report of hostiles by Group 3.
In hyperspace in the Beast video?
But the carrier is on its legs anyway, so...
Targeting beams now.
This is Commander.
All systems tracking and engaged. Outcome unknown.
I always used to love just hyperspacing a carrier full of strike craft and launching them. Not because it's effective, because it actually costs a lot to, hyperspace anything in an appreciable distance. But
I think I do. I'll have to check later on.
Hyperspace is very useful for the Beast, just so you can jump on top of something.
Yeah, you're right. I jump a heavy cruiser in the Beast video.
This will be a difficult battle.
Stand by, Group 3.
Turrets online.
It's a micro tax on the other player.
Yeah, the worst is when someone just parks a carrier in a
called
resource
annihilation,
base
yeah.
somewhere and just starts slingshotting frigates at you through hyperspace. That's really fucking annoying.
Yeah, but I'm confused at this point. Like, normally Computer 1 has died. The game should have stopped by now. Except it seems that for whatever reason, the skirmish doesn't end, for whatever reason, until I've killed everything. So, instead... Yeah.
It'd be impossible against
I'm just
human.
going to,
Unless they're really,
quit
really
out,
bad at
because, I mean,
micro.
at this point, I have production facilities. The enemy doesn't really what challenges us
You
anymore.
make an excellent point.
Well done, Barry. Well done.
Well done.
That's awful.
Yep, I beat somebody with just multi-beam frigates.
That would be much harder against a human.
Mm-hmm.
No. Oh god, you don't know the people I ran into back when I did Homeworld multiplayer.
God, look how many fighters I blew up. 250 of them.
Murderer!